she owns Crystals by Crystal, and she was also one of the best charter guests ever on Below Deck, which we all love.
Thank you, Taylor. Great to be here. Hi, everyone.
So Crystal had sent me some self-confidence crystals after our last meeting, and we never actually had an opportunity to like chat about like the deeper meaning of like all of this and like the directional. Can you tell us like some of your background and like what your whole journey is with your crystals?
Yeah, so I've been doing metaphysical work for about really all my life. It's passed down generation from generation. I got, a lot of tips and tricks and just insight from my grandmother, my father's side. They're very spiritual people from Southern Virginia, religious as well, but very spiritual. And typically, you don't really have the two mixed so much. You're either really like spiritual and like kind of hippie, or very religious and you don't believe in what other people are doing within the spiritual realm kind of things. But, she had a blend of both. And I love that because, of course, you can't really create unless you believe in creator. So, it started there. And then my journey over the years, just finding out more things about it on my own. My grandmother never had crystals. That was more of my thing because when I would meditate, I would feel naked. And then my mind would start to drift and thinking about what's for dinner, what am I going to wear tomorrow, what do I have to do for work, and things like that. So the crystals really made me really stable, I would say, and grounded, so I can really focus on what I wanted to manifest. And then since then, I started giving out crystals, and my friends were like, well, you should start doing this like as a business. And I never thought about that. Because it's always a passion for me. It's not a business. It's not for me to get rich or anything like that. It's really to help other people who also want to learn how to meditate and manifest, to have things with them like crystals to ground them so they can do that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And after you sent me the self-confidence ones, I have this little trivet, and they're sitting like right as you walk in to the house. Cause like I need that reminder when I'm coming into the house and as I'm leaving,
Definitely.
So you have your online store where people can go on, and it's just crystalsbycrystal.com. Is that correct?
It's shopcrystalsbycrystal.com. And you can go on there. You'll find crystal sets. You'll find crystals that are more so for larger manifestation projects. So things like crystals, incense. You even have things like sage in that package. So I have a lot of things to help you really just have that self-care. Take time out of your day to focus on what you want in the present and the future. And these are to help you do that.
That's wonderful. It's just beautiful. The way your shop is set up, it's just welcoming, and you just feel like you could just like shift through and just want it all. I want it all.
Thank you, Taylor. It's a great thing because we even have a quiz on there. So if you're not really sure what you want, you can take the quiz and you can say, fill in the different options. So maybe you want love, or you want, financial gain, or something, right? So you put that in, and then what comes out of the results is that make sure you have a crystal set that has a stone in it to represent what you want. And so a lot of times people go on there and they're like, I'm confused. I don't know. I want everything and I don't know what I want, but I can't get everything at one time. I would say follow your heart. Like before I had my store, I would go to the brick and mortar stores of metaphysical, stores in the local Atlanta area. And I would just let really the room guide me to what I want. I know that sounds kind of crazy and cheesy, but I would literally walk into the store, I would meditate and like send me to the crystal that I need the most. And it would lead me to a love crystal or something. And I'm married, so people usually think like a love crystal means that you're looking for a new love in your life. No, sometimes that just means self-love. Sometimes that means to restore friendships. And so crystals, they mean a lot of stuff. They have energies within them that align with your purpose, align with what you want to achieve in life. And so I would recommend anyone that goes on there, take your time. It's not a rush. It's a website. We don't have any kind of closing hours. So really enjoy, being on there, looking at everything, the descriptions, and then picking what you believe, what your heart is leading you to, for future manifestation projects.
I love it. So do you care to talk about like if I was to ask you like where you would guide me in my path, because I know like a lot of people are really interested in, you know, if they can go on and take the quiz, but you're here now, so maybe we can chat a little bit.
Yes. So for the self-confidence crystals, those are really to help people who, you know, during this time, this year has been very interesting. I'm going to say interesting because it's thrown a curveball for a lot of things, whether it's home life, you know, your career. And a lot of times, you know, if we don't see the positive outlook of what's going to happen after this, we can get really stuck in a dark place. And when this first happened, you know, I'm still human. I'm not a fairy. I'm not a saint. So when this first happened, having a family, having a business, it really took a toll for a second on me because I was like, whoa, what's happening? And also I'm an empath. So when people are dying around me, you know, people that I know who passed away, it was really hard to like understand that, you know, what's happening to our country, to our world. And people were dying from non-COVID related things too in my family all at once, you know, so it was like, what is going on? And I really had to say, okay, Crystal, take a deep breath and take a step back. So I removed myself. I went in my car because no one else can follow me there. And I prayed and then I meditated on that. And so what came to me was, Crystal, this is the time where, you know, to relax. This is the time to really protect yourself, protect your family, and do something creative, right? And so I really need to take a step back, and get a love crystal just so I can meditate on self-love, just so I can feel, you know, more confident as well, because that's for confidence. Mm-hmm. And I felt a lot better after doing that. So anytime you're going through something that is totally new to you in life, which we all will go through, take a step back. You know, your emotions and your mind are two things that are very powerful that we need to have more control over, because if not, then we're going to get hurt, right? Mentally, it hurts us physically. And so just taking a step back. And so the crystals I gave to you, they are to hold right in your hand, or you can put them on your body, and to close your eyes and take a minute out of your day. And I would say every day to meditate on that. So some things I like to do is to wake up in the morning, right? And I give gratitude. When you give gratitude about the things that you have, everything feels really good. You know, I give gratitude that we have our health, that we have a house, that we're employed, we have a job. And just give gratitude, whether it's little things. Thank you for the ice cream yesterday. Probably shouldn't have eaten the ice cream, but thank you for it. So just give gratitude. And then I like to visualize. So visualize, and really, that's when I like to really hold those crystals. So visualize on the type of day you want, the type of future you want. And it's so much fun because it has so much power in visualization to say, all right, today is going to be an amazing day. I am going to be happy. You know, make sure that you align your emotions with what you want. A lot of times people say, I want a new job. I want a husband, and get in these relationships or get in circumstances where they're not happy because they didn't align their emotions with that. So making sure that you align your emotions. So I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to get a new contract, or maybe, you know, I'm going to go on a date with my husband tonight because it's Friday. In like a quarantine safe way, right? And then after that, I have a notebook next to me, and I write down everything that I want to happen as if it's already happened. So I achieved my goal for the year. And I'm happy about that, and I give gratitude. Or I went on a vacation and it was beautiful and we were happy about that. So there's a lot of different steps that I do before I even start my day, before I even look at my phone. And all while I hold my crystals, because they also serve as reminders. And Taylor, the fact that you have them at your front door too, when you look at them, they remind you for that self-confidence, right? To make sure that you have that self-confidence. Mm-hmm. It's a reminder. So put them in a place after you meditate with them that you can always see them as a reminder to what you need to focus on and what you're trying to achieve for the future.
I love it. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just, you exude confidence when you speak. So it makes like, I don't know, I feel confident in everything that you're telling me because I've already felt it in my life. Like after the last time we talked and then you sent me those crystals, my life, like I'm not saying like we're magicians or like whatever, but you, opened this part in my mind that I wasn't thinking about before, that now I have this reminder that I am worthy and I can be confident and I can do this. And that seeing those crystals really does it gives you that reminder that you can get through this and you can pull yourself out,
Most definitely, most definitely. And you said a good point. It's your mind, right? Opening up heart in your mind. We have to reprogram our mind to always say positive things, surround ourselves by positive people. And again, always looking at the glass half full. Because when we don't, we become very toxic. And then what we're saying is toxic. And people manifest every day, right? We have control over manifestations every day, but a lot of times bad things are manifested because of what we say, what we think. So, it only takes really, I feel like once people start to see the positive manifestations that they do by reprogramming their mindset, right? Then they're like, whoa, let me not say something negative anymore, because I know I have so much power that I can actually make that happen. And a lot of times, when negative things happen, they're like, see, I knew that was going to happen. Well, that's because you manifested it. Honestly, if you just thought something differently, then it wouldn't have happened. So, even if things don't happen the way I thought was going to happen, I still have gratitude because I'm like, thank goodness something better is going to come my way. And 100% of the time, it happens that way. Like great things happen, So it's all about reprogramming your mindset.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of, have you watched or heard of The Secret?
I have, yes.
Yeah, a lot of this is just a lot in line with like, you do have to manifest. And a lot of this year for me has been about looking for the silver lining in everything. You have to like, you just always have to be looking for it because it's there. Sometimes you don't always see it, but it's always there. And you just have to retrain the brain to make sure you're finding it. So.
Most definitely. Yeah. I think that creativity is a gift from God. For me, that's how I see creativity. A lot of things are created because of creativity, new inventions, innovations that 10 years ago we didn't even think of, right? But, being able to be open and to be positive and to receive that kind of messaging and to see signs, right? And to love people. We're on this earth to love people, and nothing good will happen if we continue to hate each other. So, just loving people and treating people like you want to be treated, the golden rule, which is very true. You will be blessed. Things will come into your life all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I consider you a gift in that way too, that you've come into my life. And I really appreciate you coming on here with me and just being open to talking and sharing your message. And people need to check out your shop because it is amazing. And you're just an incredibly happy, positive person, and the world needs to hear more of that. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you for the platform. I appreciate it. And again, I do this not, just for me, because I can, do this at my home and not let anyone know about it. But I do this because people do want to know how to continue to be happy if they're in a dark place. And, this year we need it more than ever. Everyone that I know was impacted by COVID in some kind of way, whether that was emotionally or physically or professionally, personally. And so everyone needs some uplifting. And honestly, Taylor, by you interviewing me, you're spreading the news to your viewers, your listeners. You are a gift. You are spreading the word about positivity. So blessings to you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Crystal. Well, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And if you're going on a date with your husband, I hope you have a great time. Yeah.
Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate you. Let me know if you need anything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Crystal. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
You're the brightest thing that I ever